Good afternoon, all. Welcome back to my channel. It's the sophisticated rideshare girl here. Ping, vroom, ka-ching. It's my new slogan. How y'all doing today? So check me out. Today, we're going to be talking about rideshare insurance versus Uber insurance versus regular insurance versus other insurance. But my little Pomeranian seems to want to be joining the show. What, little boy? I'm recording. Go lay down. So anyway, when you apply for a rideshare service, they tell you that all you need is what the state requires: the liability, collision comprehension, and then they'll cover you the rest of the way. But what they don't tell you is it's very limited. There's gaps, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Considering the fact that I was in an accident in 2017 on Labor Day. I was hit by an uninsured motorist, and it was a struggle to get back on the road without having rideshare insurance. I had regular insurance through Liberty Mutual, and of course Uber's insurance covered me while I was on the clock with them. Alright? So, once you go online, your regular insurance cuts off, stops covering you. Okay? So now you're online, you're waiting for your ping, no one's covering you. Not even Uber, not even Lyft. No rideshare service is covering you. Once you get your ping, you travel to that destination to pick up your rider, your food, or whatever the case is. Once that rider gets into your vehicle, once your food gets into your vehicle, and you hit start trip, that's when the rideshare company starts covering you. Okay? I had to find out this little tidbit the hard way. As I said, I was in a wreck. I was rear-ended by an uninsured motorist while I was stopped at a red light with my Uber passenger sitting in my passenger front seat. This guy jumped out and fled the scene. So automatically it's his fault. I had whiplash. I had to see a chiropractor 3 times a week for 3 months before I was released to go back to work. I had PTSD. Being as though he pushed me through the red light into oncoming traffic, the traffic almost hit us coming from off of the highway, coming from the left on my side. So every now and then I was sitting home watching TV, I would, block in as if those cars were coming at me again. It hasn't happened in a while. I'm getting over it, so I started to go back to work last year in June. I'm okay. Thanks for all those who would be out there saying, "Oh wow, sorry that happened." Thank you in advance. So anyway, I basically had to hire a lawyer to get what I initially asked Uber's insurance company, which is Progressive. What I initially asked them for. And all I asked them for was enough to put me back on the road and put me back where I was before the uninsured motorist hit me. So I just needed enough to pay off the little bit of debt that I had accumulated while I was out of work, and I needed enough money to buy a car cash for Uber and Lyft. So I asked them for just enough to put me back on the road, and they refused. I had to hire a lawyer just for them to give me exactly what I was asking for in the first place. So we don't want to have to go through that. We don't want to have to go through any of that. So you want to get rideshare with Gap and Gap. And I'm going to break that down to you because I know a lot of you out there are going to be like, what? You just said Gap and you're saying it again. There's 2 different types of Gap. Some of you may already know this. Okay, so Rideshare with Gap is the rideshare insurance that's going to cover your car on and off the clock. And that little tidbit I told you about, as soon as you go online, you're not covered by anybody until the person hits your seat or the food hits your seat and you hit that start trip. With rideshare insurance, that gap, it's the first gap, rideshare with Gap, that gap is covered. And then you also want to get the other gap coverage if you are making payments on your car, financing, leasing, renting. This is the best thing for you. Get the gap, mainly for financing and leasing. Because should an uninsured motorist hit you and total out the car, and you still owe money on this vehicle because you're making payments, the insurance company is only going to pay what the car is worth at the time. And if your payments are, if your total amount is more than that, then you're going to owe the remaining balance. With that gap, that extra gap, not the rideshare with Gap, the other gap, the second gap I'm talking about, will cover you. They'll pay for that whole thing, that whole car. They'll pay for that car to be, because if it was totaled out, they'll pay for that whole car, and then give you enough money to get yourself another car, or at least a down payment on another vehicle. That's what rideshare coverage does. Your regular insurance cuts off soon as you log on. You are not covered by your regular insurance no more until you log off completely. Logged off. Okay? Uber covers you when the passenger gets into your seat. How about this? Rideshare covers you when you hit start trip and get going to the destination to drop off the item or the person. Okay? Rideshare with Gap covers the gap in between that time while you're waiting for your ping, while you're traveling to the destination to pick up your person or your food. That will cover you. Uber, Lyft, whatever. The rideshare will not. Your regular insurance will not. So, people, I urge you, if you are doing rideshare, any type of rideshare, especially if you're using your own vehicle and you're making payments because you're financing, rideshare. Okay? I tried several different ones, and only one of them told me that tidbit of information. I don't think the others know about it. Why wouldn't they push that and make more money off of us? Right? So, rideshare with Gap, plus the Gap coverage to cover if your car is totaled and you still owe extra money. Like the balance is more than what the car is worth. Say your car is worth it, you pay $15,000 for it, you're making payments, and you still owe $13,000. But on the Blue Book value, because of the mileage you put on it, the Blue Book value says it's only worth $7,000. Okay, you still owe 13. The insurance company is going to pay the 7,000, but you're still on the hook for the remaining balance, or it's going to carry over to your next car. Think about that. Think about that. All right, that's it for now, folks. Rideshare Girl out. Pink Room, ka-ching.